Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whenever you watch this video. It is my pleasure to welcome you to this video on the parable recreation and reflection assignment that you have due next week. Next week is week 7. It is amazing to think that we are already at the end of this course. And as I have repeatedly said through announcements and messages, thank you. Thank you for your solid interactions with one another around the topics and around the textbooks of Stein and Yancey. I'm looking forward to reading your Yancey papers this week. But this video is just about the parable recreation and reflection. I will post another video on Sunday welcoming you to week 7, and I will go over all of the assignments at that time. But the reason for this video is because your video or your PowerPoint for this assignment are due next week by Tuesday at 11:55 p.m. I will build in a grace day for you, he says shudderingly, knowing that most of you will probably take that grace day. If you need it, take it. But it would serve you well to have your video or your PowerPoint turned in by Tuesday night at 11:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the reason for this is you are then going to be watching 4 of your colleagues' videos, and you will be commenting on those videos in a week 7 discussion forum. But I'm getting a little ahead of myself. So what I'm going to do is walk us through this document, which is available to you on Point Online in week 7. There's a link. And so I just want to walk you through this. You should be ready to do your video or to do your PowerPoint by this point. But if you're running behind, just want to walk you through it very, very quickly. You were not assigned. You were able to choose your own parable, and all you needed was approval from me, and everybody took care of that. So that takes care of number 1. Number 2, on the assigned date, which is week 7, and it's day 2, which is Tuesday. So that if you're looking at dates, that'll be October 8th by 11:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You are to either upload your video to YouTube, and I'm going to take my mouse here and run it over this particular this small paragraph. There are instructions as to how to upload a video to YouTube. It is very, very simple. But if you need some help with that, there are a couple of links here for you to follow. So you're either going to upload your video of your parable recreation and then submit the link to me for the video so I can go and watch it. Or if you're doing a PowerPoint, you simply submit your PowerPoint presentation to me via the assignment link included in Point Online in week 7. And whichever way you go, they need to have 2 components. One is a creative retelling of the parable, and also your reflections on its meaning and significance to both Jesus's original audience, the early Christians, and our contemporary context. Okay? So I know you can read all of this on your own, but sometimes it helps to kind of reinforce it. So if we scroll down on this form, these are the required components of the parable recreation, and I'll go over them quickly. The first one is it must be an original retelling of the parable. I really enjoyed going into Google and putting something you've said in quotes and finding out that it was something, that somebody else said. I really hope that will not be the case. And as a matter of fact, in the several times that I've taught this course, I have never had the situation where someone took someone else's story and gave it as their own. So please don't do that. It must be original. It cannot be a summary and not the creative work of another. Don't send me other videos found on YouTube. Secondly, you either need to do a video or a PowerPoint. Here are the stipulations for the videos, between 6 and 8 minutes long. Your PowerPoints need to contain at least 10 slides. And whichever way you go, whether you do a video or a PowerPoint. Now, let me be clear. You don't need to do both. You don't need to do a video and a PowerPoint. You can do one or the other. whichever way you go, it needs to end with honest reflections on the meaning of the parable, its personal impact, and its impact on our understanding of Jesus, both, again, from the first century as well as today. Now, in addition to recreating your own parable, you then are to view at least 4 other classmates' parables in order to participate in the final discussion forum of the semester. You can take a look at that. There are 2 forums for our final week, 7.1 and 7.2. This particular one is 7.2. You can go and see the instructions for that as well. I'll be grading you basically on 2 things: creativity and thoughtfulness. Is it obvious to me that you spent quality time and effort on it? And I'll be looking for creative ideas, but also your format. Is your presentation and the content easy to understand and follow? But listen, also with this, be creative and have fun. This is a little bit of work, but have fun in it. Be creative, and I very much look forward to this. I always look forward to seeing these videos and or PowerPoint presentations. And but I wanted to get this out there today. As you're working on your week 6 work, you've got a forum, but you've also got the Yancey paper. Next week, there'll be 2 forums. You'll have the parable recreation, but you also have your journal number 2. But again, I'll say more about that in the video that I'm going to send you on Sunday. Oh, one more thing. If you haven't done the course evaluations, earlier this week I sent a link for you to go, and if you haven't done this before, watch a video on how to do it. It shows you where it is in Point Online. These are very important for the school and for me, as the information is not shared. It's not shared, well, so-and-so said so-and-so. I never know who says what, but any constructive criticism or recommendations come in handy as I look to teach this course again in the future. Look, again, thank you so much for your good work. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I hope that you're well on your way on this parable recreation. And if I can be of any assistance to you, please don't hesitate to reach out to james.shelton@point.edu, or you can message me on Point Online. And again, I look forward to interacting with you over these parables. So thank you again for your good work, and I'll see you again very, very soon.